Hello, friends, welcome again. Friends, in our previous video lecture, we discussed the difference between drama and novel. And if we want to understand the important features, elements of novel, first of all, we need to understand how this novel or fiction came into existence in English literature. So, friends, in this video lecture, we want to discuss the origin of English fiction or English novel. Friends, we know that literature is written in different forms, right? It can be written in the form of poetry, in the form of drama, in the form of novel, short story, biography, autobiography, travelogues, and so on. These are different forms of expression through which the authors they express their vision of life. Okay. Among all these forms of literature, whether novel, poetry, drama, short story, travelogues, and all, you'll be surprised to know that the last form which came into existence was novel, and the ancient form which we find in literature is poetry. Poetry is the most ancient form of literature, and the latest form of English literature is novel, though it being the latest form of literature which came into existence during the 18th century has been acclaimed as the most popular form of literature in today's times. Okay, so this is a matter of surprise that it came into existence, it originated only during the 18th century, but now within 200 years it has become a widely read form of literature, the most popular form of literature in English language. It is believed that Samuel Richardson's Pamela, published in 1740 or 1741, is considered unanimously by all critics and scholars as the first novel of English literature. Friends, before understanding the origin or the roots of novel, first of all, let me tell you something about the origin of the word novel. So let's see the etymology of the term novel. Friends, the word novel means new, okay? And this word novel actually comes from Latin language. In Latin, there was a word novus, N-O-V-U-S, which meant new. Okay, from Latin, it comes to the Italian language. In Italian language, there was a phrase called novella storia, which means new story. Okay, and the English word novel came from this Italian word or Italian phrase. Okay, for the first time English novel came into existence, as I told you, during the 18th century. So the word novel comes from novella, which is an Italian word, and that word actually comes from Latin language. Okay. Now friends, let's have a look at the roots or the foundation of English novel or English fiction. Okay, in the earliest times, if you go back, literature was mostly written in poetic form. Okay, you examine the ancient literature of any culture, whether in India or in Greece or in England or in America or anywhere, most of the times ancient literature existed in poetic form only. Now, novel is a work of prose literature, right? Not poetry, it is prose literature. So the roots of this prose literature actually lie during the 14th century in French romances. In France, in French literature, there were some authors who wrote some romances, prose romances, okay, from which it is believed that the later writers they followed, they imitated their style of writing prose literature. So during the 14th and 15th century, the prose romances in French literature, they are considered as the roots. One of the most important English romance. Now these French romances were written later on in English language also, okay, and the most important English romance that we have is written by Malory, right, and that is Morte d'Arthur, which was published in 1470, okay, and that was a piece of prose literature. It narrates the story of the legend of King Arthur and his knights. So it tells us the romance of the adventures of King Arthur. So that was the root. Another root that we can name is Geoffrey Chaucer. The name of Geoffrey Chaucer in English literature is very popular. We know him as the first poet of English literature who lived during the 14th century. Geoffrey Chaucer wrote the Canterbury Tales, okay, from 1387 to 1400. Okay, this Canterbury Tales is a collection of stories, short stories written in poetic style. There are total 24 stories, but out of these 24 stories, 2 stories, namely Tale of Meliboeus and Parson's Tale, these 2 stories, friends, are written in prose literature. Okay, so some critics like Cooper, they opine, they believe that the roots of novel lie in Chaucer's work because he introduced character, plot, dialogue and conflict in the Canterbury Tales, which later became the salient features of novel. Friends, if you examine today's novel, what do you find? What are the important features of today's novel? We have characters, we have plot, we have dialogue, conflict and all. And these things, these elements were actually found in prose stories written by Geoffrey Chaucer, the Canterbury Tales. So we believe, some critics believe that the roots actually lie during the 14th century in the works of Geoffrey Chaucer. Okay, moreover, we must not forget the contribution of Boccaccio. Boccaccio was an Italian writer, Italian author who wrote Decameron, okay, during the 14th century. This Decameron was a collection of short stories written in Italian language during the 14th century. And they were known as novellas in those times, from which we have received the word novel. Another important root that we can also consider here is John Bunyan, who has written Pilgrim's Progress, published in 1678. Okay, this Pilgrim's Progress is a piece of prose literature, and according to Bora is the name of a critic. According to Bora, it provided an important model for storytelling with vivid characterization and recording of dialogue, which influenced a lot of later novelists. Okay, so Bora, the critic, is of the opinion that later 18th century novelists, they were much influenced by John Bunyan's Pilgrim's Progress. Moreover, we must also remember the contribution of Aphra Behn. Aphra Behn was a 17th century author who wrote Orunoko, published in 1688. This is also by some critics considered as the first attempt of writing novels in English language. Okay, Eliza Haywood's Love in Excess, published in 1719, is also considered by some critics and scholars as the first prose fiction. Okay, later, if you come to the 18th century, in the beginning of the 18th century, Robinson Crusoe, written by Daniel Defoe, is also considered as the first novel of English literature by some scholars and critics. But friends, remember, it is a debate among the critics, among the scholars, whether Robinson Crusoe can be considered the novel or not. Okay, that all depends upon the definition of novel, how actually you define the novel. That on that it depends whether Robinson Crusoe is the first novel or not. Okay, later on Joseph Addison and Richardson Still, remember these two names. Okay, they popularized periodical essays. Now these periodical essays published in the magazines, the Tatler and the Spectator, these are the two titles of the popular magazines which were published, newspapers which was published in the beginning of the 18th century. Joseph Addison and Richard Still, they started writing prose literature. Okay, they started writing prose essays in newspapers, and these essays were some of them character essays, right? So art of characterization, you can say, later novelists they learnt from Joseph Addison and Richard Still. So all these are, you can say, different routes from which the later novelists like Samuel Richardson, Lawrence Sterne and all people, they learned some lessons of developing characters, developing plot, okay, introducing dialogue and conflict and everything in their novels. Okay, but remember, the first novel in the real sense of the word came into existence during the 18th century, and that was written by Samuel Richardson, Pamela. Okay, if we examine the whole history of English novel or English fiction, then friends, during the 18th century, we have the four major novelists who are considered as the strong pillars of English fiction or English novel, and they are Samuel Richardson, Henry Fielding, Tobias Smollett and Lawrence Sterne. Okay, Samuel Richardson published 3 novels in his lifetime: Pamela, Clarissa and Sir Charles Grandison. Henry Fielding also published 3 novels: Joseph Andrews in 1742, Tom Jones 1749 and Amelia in 1751. Okay, the third pillar who is considered as an important novelist of the 18th century is Tobias Smollett, okay, who is known for his adventurous novels full of adventure, and he also published several novels. The important novels among them are The Adventures of Roderick Random, The Adventures of Peregrine Pickle and The Expedition of Humphrey Clinker. Right, and the fourth pillar of English fiction is Lawrence Sterne. Friends, remember this name because Lawrence Sterne for the first time introduced an innovative kind of novel in English literature. Tristram Shandy is considered as an innovation, as an unorthodox novel in English literature. Right, so Lawrence Sterne, Tobias Smollett, Henry Fielding and Samuel Richardson, these are the 4 major pillars of English fiction who laid a strong foundation for the development of English novel later during the 19th century. So friends, let's now conclude this discussion by saying that the whole journey of the novel actually begins during the 18th century, but the roots lie in Decameron written by Boccaccio and Chaucer's Canterbury Tales. Okay, the credit is sometimes given to Daniel Defoe, John Bunyan, Aphra Behn and so many other writers who wrote prose literature during the 17th century, but the actual beginning of novel, you find during the 18th century in the hands of Samuel Richardson, Lawrence Sterne, Tobias Smollett and Henry Fielding. So friends, here we come to the end of this discussion. If you have any doubts, please do write to me in the comment section of this channel. Thank you very much.